So we had another epic tonight, and the Florida Panthers, they're back. After a first game that I felt like the Oilers controlled in the first and third, tonight it was a little bit of a different story. It still ends up being an epic game, but it does feel like the Oilers missed out on an opportunity tonight. And now we're going to Florida for games 3 and 4. And there's an extra day off between games 2 and 3 and games 3 and 4. So guys get a chance to get healed up a little bit. It was Bobrovsky versus Skinner. I've already seen people dumping on Skinner. It's amazing to me how quickly people will turn against Stuart Skinner. After Bobrovsky, I thought, had some rough moments in this game too. But hey... So Reinhart fires one wide from slot. The Oilers rush. An offensive zone penalty then by Kane. So the Panthers have a power play 37 seconds in. And this Oilers penalty kill has to get better. It's at 65% coming into tonight's action. That is not going to get it done. Early clear. Tkachuk fans on one. Ekblad has a shot that's turned aside. Then there's some short-handed forechecking by Kapanen. But at 2:07... after Ekholm's stick gets kicked to the neutral zone by, I believe it was Bennett and Bennett and Tkachuk that both helped to do that, you can actually call a penalty on that, actually. But he made it look like an accident, so whoops. Bennett gets the power play goal from Schmidt and Rodriguez at 2:07. So it was 5-on-3.5 at the time the goal went in because Ekholm's stick was out at center ice. Panthers 9-2 in these playoffs when they score first. So very good when they score first in these playoffs. Bouchard hits the side of the net on a rush. The Oilers draw a power play. Perry's denied from the doorstep. The puck's cleared. And then there's an offensive zone penalty by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So it becomes a minute and 22 seconds of 4-on-4. The referee's told that he sucks, but what I thought sucked in this game was the discipline in the first period. I thought that's what the problem was. So there's some pushy sticky on a hold by Skinner. Reinhart then fires one high on a rush. Bennett has a wrister that's saved. Everything's killed off. It's still 1-0 Florida. Shots are 5-3 Florida at 6 minutes. Frederick can't bury one in close. Luostarinen has a net drive chance that's saved as the Oilers press. And then at 7:39, Kane scores from Arvidsson and Bouchard. So it's posting in on a rush for Evander Kane. Ties the game at 1. Panthers look to respond. Barkov has a shot that's held. We get some more pushing, and we're getting whistles. And when the whistles take place, we're getting pushing and shoving and scrums on basically almost every one. So we get 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and during the 4-on-4, Edmonton takes the lead. Bouchard with a wrister from the high slot. McDavid and Draisaitl with the assists at 9:19. It was past a screen as well. Wallman then has a rush chance that's saved. Arvidsson has a 3-on-2 chance that's saved as well. The Oilers press with 9 minutes left, and at 11:37, it's a tic-tac-toe play on a turnover. And Jones scores from Luostarinen and Schmidt. So the game is tied at 2. That was 4 goals on the first 16 shots. So neither goaltender at this point is putting up a great save percentage. The Oilers look to respond. Verhaeghe has a rush chance that's held. Skinner is hurt. Bennett is the guilty party on this. Now, I've seen people saying that Skinner was faking. I really enjoy it when fans say, clearly that player's faking when they don't play, and I'd never assume that a player's faking because I've never had Sam Bennett land on my leg while I'm in the crease. I've also seen, Skinner tripped him. Skinner kicks his leg out because he's fallen back. I'm not sure what else he's supposed to do there. Leave his leg folded underneath him so he potentially pulls some ligaments. Anyways, so I love playoff hockey because everybody just, I think that's faking and that's faking too. So anyways, Bennett goes to the box, and then Tkachuk congratulates Bennett in the box as he got involved in something, and the Oilers saw this, so the Oilers score on the power play, and I thought this was a direct relation to that. So the Oilers get the lead back at 3-2. It's a one-timer from the side of the net by Draisaitl. McDavid and Bouchard with the assists at 12:37. So basically, if you're out there trying to, show up the other team and they see it, you're running a bit of a risk that the Oilers will score. So that's 5 goals on 17 shots. So again, anybody who's like, that Bobrovsky, or that Skinner, neither goaltender had a great first period. So the stats were ugly for both goaltenders in the first. The Oilers go back to the power play. McDavid has a shot that's held. The Oilers clear. The Oilers cycle. The Panthers clear. There's a near miss for Nugent-Hopkins, and then there's 33 seconds of 5-on-3. I'm looking back at this. This may very well be what turns the game here. So the Panthers are losing their cool a little bit, I thought, with this penalty. Panthers clear. They clear again. We're now to a 5-on-4. Wallman has a slapper that saved. Puck's cleared. There's a shorthanded rush by Lusterinen that helps to end that penalty. So the 5-on-3 does not generate a goal that would have put Edmonton up 4-2 at that point in the game. Nurse is denied after it's done. Then a net feed to Janmark. Near miss there with 1:19 left. The Panthers get a power play. And during that, the fans wanted a power play for the Oilers, and so did the Oilers. The Oilers thought there was a penalty. Referees call retaliation. I don't know how else to phrase this. This has been the case forever. There's a reason it's in an episode of Shoresy with the whole when he's the referee. They always call retaliation. It's just, that's the reality, that's hockey. And I think they may not see the initial play, but they turn their eye to it, and then they see the retaliation. So it happens. So there's no stick for Henrique. It becomes 5-on-3.5 as a result of this. Jones is denied. Puck's cleared. Barkov's then denied. Things get pushy at the horn with Tkachuk buzzing the tower, going by Skinner again. The slot shots were 9-8 for Edmonton in that first period. So 17 shots from a prime scoring opportunity. That's how you end up with 5 goals in the first period. Second period, there's a late cycle by the Panthers. The Oilers do finish the kill. Bouchard then has a 2-on-1 chance that's held. We get some pushing again because that's how this game works. The Oilers press are kept to the outside. Verhaeghe has a rush chance that's saved, and then Bouchard's denied on a 2-on-1 rush. Shots are 3-0 Oilers at 3 minutes. Bobrovsky, he was maybe a little bit shaky in that first period. However, and I'm saying maybe, so just saying maybe, but from there on, he was pretty much dialed in. Panthers press 4 minutes in. Repeated failed clears by the Oilers. I thought one storyline out of tonight was there were a lot of opportunities Florida did not bury that they could have. There were a lot of times the Oilers got pinned down a little bit and they survived, and they're really going to want to fix that. In fact, they're going to want to fix their second periods altogether. Kulikov has a wrister that's held. We get some pushing. Lundell's denied and close. Momentum for the Florida Panthers. Reinhart fires one wide from the slot. More pressure by Florida as Edmonton gets pinned down. And sure enough, at 8:23, it's posted in via past a screen. The Oilers gave way too many opportunities to Florida, and it also goes in off Evan Bouchard. So it's Kulikov from Verhaeghe and Jones at 8:23. We have a tie game at 3. So the Panthers press for the lead. The shots are 5-4 at the half for Florida. Remember, the Oilers had the first 3 shots of the period. The Oilers press. They draw a power play. There's an early clear, and the Panthers penalty kill was fantastic here, and it leads to Marchand bearing one on a breakaway from Lundell at 12:09. So the Florida Panthers have the lead while they're killing the penalty. And during the second intermission, the Hockey Night in Canada crew made sure to remind Canuck fans everywhere. Remember back in 2011 on this date when Marchand did that against the Canucks? Yeah, we remember. Canuck fans remember. Thanks. So, Marchand on a breakaway, he scores, and keep that in the back pocket. So, Panthers finish the kill. They're outworking the Oilers. The Oilers have no shots. The Oilers need to play a full 60 minutes if they're going to have a chance playing in Florida when they get there. Panthers press with 5.5 minutes left. The Oilers are guilty of running around, and I thought they looked a bit rattled as well at this point in the game. Draisaitl has a one-timer that's held as the Oilers then get some pressure. McDavid has a net drive that's saved. Marchand has a 2-on-1 chance that's held. And then the Panthers get a power play with 2:04 left, so the referee is informed that he sucks. That power play does not go the full 2 minutes. We get 44 seconds of 4-on-4 with 48.4 seconds left. That's a lot of 4s. So if you bet in lotteries, it's a lot of 4s. Go get all the 4s because there's 4s. Things get pushy at the horn. It's 4-3 for Florida after 2 periods of play. Third period, the Oilers set up a cycle. The Panthers block the path to the net. The Florida Panthers do finish killing that penalty, which rolled over from the second period. And then the Panthers rush. The fans call one. The referee does not. Florida not sitting back and forechecking, which is different from the first game. The first game when they had the lead, they did sit back a little bit. I thought there was more made out of that than there really was. I feel like Florida always kind of plays that style of bend, don't break when they have the lead. And now the Panthers are forcing turnovers, quieting the crowd, keeping the crowd out of it at this point as much as you can. 5 minutes in, there's one shot on net. It belongs to Edmonton. Bouchard has a wrister from the point that's held. McDavid beats out an icing. There's a near miss for Wallman as the Oilers press. Draisaitl has a rush chance that saved. Halfway through the period, the shots are 3-1 Edmonton. So, really, not a lot of opportunities in that third period. Nosek then has a 2-on-1 chance that's held. Henrique has a rush chance that's saved. Perry has a 3-on-2 chance that's blocked. The Panthers are now getting sticks into lanes as well. Panthers press with 5.5 minutes left, keeping the Oilers and the crowd relatively quiet at this stage, and you could tell the whistles have been put away. Both teams guilty of infractions, and that way both fan bases will be in the comment section about, well, you guys committed all the penalties. No, you guys did. No, you did. No, you got away with more than we did. It's so weird. But anyways, Brown's denied on a rush from the slot. The goalie pull happens with 2:33 left. Bouchard has a shot that's blocked out. The Oilers go offside with 1:31 left. There's a toe save on Draisaitl, and Bobrovsky much better than he was in that first period. However, he can't keep them all out. So there's a gathering of players in front of the net, and a rebound goes to Corey Perry. He scores at 19:42 from Wallman and McDavid, and then there's more pushing at the horn. We're going to overtime. You'll notice that not all the hockey's on the board here because it's 2 boards. So, overtime. Draisaitl to Frederick, near miss. McDavid has a rush chance that's defended. Barkov has a net feed that's picked off. Shots are 4-3 for the Oilers at 4 minutes. The teams trade turnovers. Another McDavid rush gets blocked. Florida did a much better job of controlling Connor McDavid tonight. He did get points in the first period. He was very much controlled through most of the rest of this game. So they did play Deutschland at this point. However, didn't seem to have the effect that it did in the last game, but keep doing it. Podkolzin has a one-timer that's held. Klingberg fires one wide. The Panthers rush. There's a post for Verhaeghe on a rebound opportunity. The Oilers then ice it. There's a lot of icing in the overtime. The Panthers press at 9 minutes. Lundell has a chance that's held in order to get a change for the Oilers, who've been pinned down for a bit. The Oilers press at 10.5 minutes. Verhaeghe has a rebound on a rush. That's held. The teams then trade rush chances. Reinhart misses one on a breakaway. Wallman lost an edge there, and I was pretty sure that would be the end of it, but he just fires it wide. Near miss there for Reinhart. Kane then has a net drive that's blocked by Forsling. Panthers press at 16.5 minutes. Bennett, of course, at the net, and Skinner and Bennett have had this thing going. I'm sure that'll continue in Florida. Back-to-back icings by the Oilers. In fact, they had 3 icings in a row. And then there's the delay to figure out who was on the ice. When are referees going to start calling delay a game? You can absolutely call a delay a game penalty for this. They used to call delay a game for this, for teams, messing around on an overtime so they could get an extra amount of time. These guys know who was on the ice. You know if you were just on the ice. So, yeah, it takes a while, and it definitely seemed to help the Oilers to get that break late in the overtime, right? So there's a press by the Panthers in the final minute, near miss for Seth Jones, and Nurse has a buzzer beater that's saved. We are going to the 5th period of hockey, and so we need the second board. Very rare I need a second board for a hockey game, but here we are. It's the first one in these playoffs thus far. So Draisaitl has a rush chance that's blocked in the second overtime. Good forechecking by the Oilers. Forsling has a net feed that's blocked. Florida presses. They're kept to the outside. Marchand's denied on a Nurse turnover. I thought the Oilers were turning the puck over a little bit too much. Yes, Florida's forecheck was making that happen, but they were coughing it up in their own zone. So I would again say to people who want to come down on Skinner for how this turns out, it's not Skinner. So Ekblad takes a puck to the hand. The whistles are staying put away in this second overtime. That puck to the hand looked like it really hurt Ekblad too. It got him right on the top of the hand. The Oilers press, the Panthers block. The Oilers, again, turning it over in their own zone. They were, and I put right here, surviving so far. It felt like there's going to be a turnover in their own zone. And what happens is, so Kapanen's denied via a 2-on-1 rush. Bobrovsky holds. The Oilers have a play. They fire the puck wide. And there was a lot of loosey-goosey play. Now we're into double overtime, so everybody's tired. Not Marchand. Marchand scores on a breakaway, and I also heard, this is kind of fluky. He buried his own rebound. It wasn't really a fluky play. It was he buries his own rebound. I think what the puck was doing there just crossed up Skinner, and I think that could happen to any goaltender. Lundell with the assist at 8:04. So Skinner didn't allow a goal from 12:09 of the second period until 8:04 of the double overtime, and the conversation is, that's on Skinner. Okie dokie. Lundell with the assist, that's at 8:04, and that ends the game. So I thought the Oilers were being kind of sloppy with the puck, and I thought that was really, really dangerous against Florida, and sure enough, Florida wins 5-4 in double overtime. Shots on net, 14-11 Oilers in the first, 14-9 in favor of Florida in the second, 9-5 Oilers in the third, 13-8 Oilers in the first overtime, 5-1 for Florida in the double overtime. Florida was ending this. Final shots, 46-43 for the Oilers. Power plays, 1 for 4 for Florida, 1 for 6 for the Edmonton Oilers. The hits, 60-39 for Florida. Florida out hit them, and then in the second overtime, they were also out shooting them. Bobrovsky saves 42 out of 46. Skinner saves 38 out of 43. So there you go. We're going back to Florida. The series is tied at 1, and we'll see how things go in Florida. Edmonton absolutely has to get at least a split. The good news being you're coming back to Edmonton for Game 5 no matter what, but you really don't want to be down 3-1 against Florida. I know they came back from 3-0 last year. This is not last year. These teams are very evenly matched. There's very little difference between the two. And so just little things. Like I said, the Oilers, a little bit of puck management issues that I was noticing there. It can make the difference. And Marchand, 2 goals on breakaways tonight, including 1 shorthanded. Guy wants his second Stanley Cup ring. The Oilers are going to have to find a way to stop him. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.